Welcome to Movie House Cinemas. Popcorn? Yes, please. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the movie. Reclining chairs? Don't mind if I do. Action, thriller, romance, we got it all. Discover the cinema today. Movie House Cinemas, home of the movies.
Good evening, and welcome along to Robin Elliott tonight. Good to have your company with us once again. Coming up on the show this evening, I'll be chatting to broadcasting legend and football expert Jeff Stelling. He's going to be with us. We'll also be chatting to Eurovision winner Charlie McGettigan. We'll have brand new music from Jommʌc, and I've been out and about at the Family's First NI Primary School Awards. But of course, it is the week of the Eurovision Song Contest, so let's get a Eurovision expert on the show. And as always, on these occasions, I'm joined by broadcaster Robin Scott. How are you, sir?
Bamboozled.
Really? You don't look happy this year. Usually you're ready to go, you're ready for it.
The vibe for it, there's so many things going on in the political world, and there's so much insecurity because Sweden has got all these laws, and you can't even take a bag into the arena. You can't even take a small bag into the arena. So it just doesn't have quite the buzz.
Yeah, we've got things like that. We've got things going on with Israel as well, who apparently, as I've heard, has got a very good song, though.
It's a potential winner.
Really?
The question is, what will happen in the hall? People are not very kind. It's happened with Russia before, when they booed the Russian artist when she was getting votes, and you could see the tears flow. And it's supposed to be bigger and better and friendlier than that.
So who's going to be this year? My favourite, I have to say, is Croatia. Baby Lasagna. So far, that's the one I'm going for.
But do you know what the song's all about?
Haven't got a clue. What's it all about?
That's it. If you read the stories behind these things, this is about going to another country to find a better life for yourself, though you'd never probably guess from listening to it or watching it. There are songs that are telling you to not give in to the pressure of being something that somebody else expects from you, and other songs that are saying you really need to go for it. So the deep meaning behind Eurovision seems to have been lost along the way.
So is Switzerland going to be the one that's going to do it this year then?
I would like to see the stagings, because the videos are wonderful. The Swiss video, the guy, the performer, is walking up and down a train, changing into outfits that are more and more and more outlandish. Right. Until the end, he's wearing a version of a frock.
Right, okay.
But what is going to happen on stage? Because it's a big difference between, say, for many countries, small stage, simple performance, big stage. Is it going to be totally different?
Yeah.
I mean, the Swedish, I think, are having kittens probably because of what's going on. It's back in Malmo. Rules changed in Malmo. The first time they ever had a standing audience was there. And this time, people are going to be mainly staying in Copenhagen, because it's the big airport hub, and going across the Øresund Bridge to see it. So you're actually going to have probably more of a party in the city across the river. Okay,
tell me about the guy, the Windows 95 guy, because he's got himself into trouble already, hasn't he?
When he first talked to Microsoft, my understanding is the fact that he always wears a Windows 95 t-shirt. We remember those from when I was young.
Yes, yeah.
You were a babe in arms. But they suddenly decided the fact that it was going to be copyright. So for the preview video, they've had to pixelate out that. But he performs, there are two of them, one more of a singer and one of a in-your-face, I'm not going to do what I'm told performer, who's wearing skin-tight briefs, skin-coloured briefs as well. And then he puts on some short denims at the end of it, after two guys with hoses that have got lights coming out of them appear.
Wow.
But again, there is so much for people to love and hate, even more so than usual. I'd say 37 entries. Ollie's in there as well. I mean, he's a song that everyone's expecting him to do something magnificent. But when he does what Ollie does, he's been told, no, we know you like Pet Shop Boys, we know that's very much your style, but no, why aren't you do something different?
Yes, that was wrong. So what do you think Ollie's chances are? Top 7 even?
I would say he will be on the left-hand side of the scoreboard. the last time I looked at the odds, somewhere in the middle, and he's a good performer, but I feel the pressure for these guys these days. They're having all sorts of people telling them what to do. The life of a performer is not a Eurovision performer is not always a happy one.
So Ollie, of course, is flying the flag for the UK. Let's move on to Ireland. Bambi Thug. This is an interesting one, isn't it?
I had the pleasure of talking to Bambi. Now, Bambi is interesting because Bambi's from Cork but has a Swedish mother, I think it is.
Right.
Very intelligent, very aware, good songwriter. Recently performed a ballad version of the song, and everyone went, wow, this person can sing. Yeah. And the song to me is either going to go crazy because a lot of the fans are adoring. You can feel the vibe. Yeah. And other fans are saying, oh no, this is a shame because Ireland can't do that. But good on Ireland for doing something different. Okay,
we have a clip, don't we? Mm-hmm. Let's watch. Here is Robin Scott in conversation with Bambi.
We all know you're Bambi. How could you not miss you because your style is unique?
Thank you.
Did it take you a while to create this image?
Not really. I just love creativity. I mean, I have an amazing stylist, but I'm theatre trained, so I love to be in character all the time. I studied musical theatre in university, and I did ballet before that, and I did ballet during the musical theatre training, and I act, I sing, I dance, I create clothing. Yeah.
Are we one of these overnight successes that took 5 years?
I've been in the industry for 7 years. Yeah, I've been writing for other people, I've been writing for myself, I have lots of side projects, and my career is mostly in the UK actually, so I played a lot of festivals. I'm opening the main stage of Download Festival this year, which is the biggest heavy metal festival in the UK, which I played the smallest stage of last year, so that's a big jump.
Whenever you were asked to be part of the late Euro song, how long did you think about it before you said yes?
They called me and said, you're in the final. I said, slay, let's go.
So there we go, of course, Ireland's entry in Eurovision this year. What do you think? Is it a winner?
I think it will do pretty well, and I think Ireland shouldn't be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah. But
there's a reappearing country, Luxembourg, after many years have come back to the contest.
Right.
And they're one of the countries that has won it many, many times. So I think it's lovely to see the fact that it's still growing. It's a very expensive thing to do. So, and to be part of it is almost an honour for many people and a shame for others. I mean, Michael Bull, historically or hysterically, said he'd rather have pins stuck in his eyes.
Am I right in thinking there's a lack of big ballads this year?
Yeah, there's one ballad from Latvia, from Dom, and it's again another soul-searching one. Yeah. He's quite a guy to talk to. Sometimes when you talk to people like yourself, you can feel the eyes and the intelligence looking at you. I will say the fact that there's some odd things about languages. San Marino is singing in Spanish, as you might expect, because the girls from Megara, they were in the Spanish contest. I think it was last year, they didn't succeed, and San Marino will take anyone.
Well, there you go. So your big predictions then, who do you think it's going to be this year?
I think that Croatia is going to do it, followed by Switzerland, but the Swedish cannot be discounted because it's a European banger of a pop song and it's starting the contest.
Ah, right. Okay. That's not always good though, being the first song up.
Well, you could, but the voting is now going to start at the very beginning of the performances. You're not going to have to wait. They did it twice before. I'm not quite sure if it really worked. Maybe they want more money by people voting earlier on. But this time you can vote even before you hear the songs.
Right, okay. Well, we look forward to see what's going to happen then at the weekend. I'm going to take you back 30 years now. If you cast your mind back to the year 1994, what's your memory of that big night?
Everyone knows about that. It's the intermission. It was a beautiful set of a skyline of Dublin. Very cleverly done. Well done to RTE for hosting something as creative as they did. And there was a piano.
Yes.
And there was a guitar.
Yes.
And there were two guys. Yeah. Not quite sure who they were, but I think they've done quite well out of it.
They were good. I like this. So I don't think you're too keen in that song,
I think it was so simple. Yeah. It was almost like you'd have it in the corner of a lounge bar being played, and other songs were ones that make you get up and boogie.
Okay, so of course we're talking about Ireland's winning song from 30 years ago, which of course was Charlie McGettigan and Paul Harrington with Rock and Roll Kids. Guess who's coming up next? We're going to chat to the man himself, Charlie McGettigan. After this, here he is with Rock and Roll Kids. Robin Scott, thank you for joining us.
Welcome.
We were the rock and roll kids. Rock and roll was all we did. And listening to those songs on the radio. I was yours and you were mine. That was once upon a time. Now we never seem to rock and roll anymore. Now Johnny's in love with the girl next door. Mary's down at the record store. They don't want to be around us no more. Golden oldies, but we hardly speak. Too busy running to a different beat. Hard to understand that we were once like them. How I wish we could find those rock and roll days again. We were the rock and roll kids. Rock and roll was all we did. And listening to those songs on the radio. I was yours and you were mine. That was once upon a time. Now we never seem to rock and roll anymore. I was yours and you were mine. That was once upon a time. Now we never seem to rock and roll. We just never seem to rock and roll anymore.
The song that won the Eurovision Song Contest back in 1994. Great version of Rock and Roll Kids from Charlie McGettigan. And I'll be chatting to the man himself right after these.
Is your child a budding chef? Do you think they could be the next culinary sensation, the rising star young chef of the year? If your child is aged between 10 and 16, this is their chance to shine. Simply send a short video of them cooking their signature dish and telling us a little bit about themselves, along with their details to youngchefni@gmail.com. Entries close June 30th, 2024, so get your child's entry in now.
Heading to the North Coast, the Jet Centre in Korean offers entertainment for everyone. There's an 8-screen movie house cinema with all the best movies, 10-pin bowling, a massive arcade, soft play for the wee ones. Outdoors, there's a mini fun park and gem mining, plus an 18-hole floodlit mini golf course. Rain or shine, there's something for everyone here at the Jet Centre. Find out more at thejetcentre.co.uk.
And welcome back to Robin Elliott tonight. Just before the break, we heard Charlie McGettigan with his winning Eurovision song from 30 years ago, Rock and Roll Kids. Well, earlier on this week, I caught up with the man himself to talk about 30 years since Eurovision. Here's what happened. So how did it all come about then, Rock and Roll Kids? Did you ever imagine 30 years ago that you'd still be singing that song today?
Well, no. Funnily enough, maybe I would have been singing it, but I didn't think I would be singing it to so many people. I first heard the song, I was very friendly with Brendan Graham. We used to meet at all these different song contests that were held around Ireland. And I met him first at a song contest called the Wild Rose Song Contest in Manor Hamilton in Leitrim. And Brendan had won this contest so many times that he decided he wasn't going to enter anymore, but he was going to go down as a judge, just as for a social occasion. Anyway, I knew Brendan very well. We'd written songs together and stuff, and he was always sending me new ones that he'd written. And he sent me a clunky old piano version himself. Brendan's not the best piano player in the world, but you know, he somebody said one time that his main object in playing the piano was getting the black notes in the same line as the white notes. But anyway, he sent me this version of that, and I knew immediately it was a good song. And he asked me would I sing a version of it for him, and I did, and it was different. It was kind of, I was big into country music at the time, and it came out a little bit country, and it wasn't quite what Brendan wanted, and it really wasn't. You know, it was fine. But about a year later, he sent me another version of the song, and it was just this guy singing and a piano, nothing else. And I said, "Oh, Brendan, that's just wonderful. Who is that?" And he said, "That's Paul Harrington." And I said, I didn't really know who Paul Harrington was, but he had achieved quite a bit at the time. He had a couple of successful singles and a successful album. So anyway, I said, "Brendan, do you know something? The really good thing about that song is just put it in like that, with just the piano and the vocal, and just see what happens." And of course, he put it in, and it was rejected. Didn't get through at all. And then the following year, he put it in again. Just shows you how. Actually, he put it in 3 times into the Irish competition to represent Ireland, and he put it in 3 times, and on the 3rd time, lucky. Yeah. He hooked a listener in the panel, whoever was listening to the songs. So he came back to me and said, he said, "I'm after qualifying for the National Song Contest." Now, Brendan had been in the Eurovision before with song "When" was a big song for Brendan with Red Hurley. Yeah. And anyway, here he was, and he said, and I said, "Now, Brendan, do you remember what I said to you? I said, don't put on dancing girls or orchestras or smoke bombs or anything. Just let Paul sing it, just like he's singing it there on the demo." He said, "I think it needs something else, you know." And I said, "What do you mean?" "I know." He said, "I think it just needs something else." "What do you mean?" "You." He said, "I think it needs you." You know, I was talking to somebody yesterday. You know, it's a sad song. Yeah, you know, because it's looking back to better times. You know, married couple, and they're wishing they could be as vital as they were back in '62 and when they were listening to all that music, and for that reason, I think. In Ireland, what's to say about it in Ireland? He said, all our wars are happy and all our songs are sad. Yes, you know, so we like a sad song. I mean, The Fields of Athenry is probably one of the most famous Irish songs. And it's a sad song about a fella being sent off to Van Diemen's Land. But people sing it like it was the happiest song in the world at football matches and rugby matches in particular. You know, so that was how Brendan and pulled Paul and myself together.
What was your memory of the moment that you found out that you've won, when it said Ireland has won Eurovision? What was that like?
It's hard to explain. They knew about 3 votes to come from 3 different countries. People kept saying, "No, look at, you've won. Get ready to do the reprise." The guitar was sitting over there in the green room, and I said, "I'm not touching that piano until I hear. I'm not going to be with somebody who gets the guitar and the winners are Poland. Oh, be jickers, you know." So I waited till the very last minute, and oh, you know, it was magic. It was so magic that when I went out onto the stage, I lifted Cynthia Nimorku, who was one of the compeers, and I lifted her and gave her a swing around. She was very lucky she escaped with her life, you know. But it was fantastic, you know. And the crowd are on their feet, and you know, Mary Robinson, the president, was there. The Taoiseach was there. In case people in England wouldn't know what a Taoiseach is, that's the Prime Minister of Ireland, was there. And you know, we went on a kind of a whirlwind tour then of Dublin, different night spots and different places. And eventually ended up in the Berkeley Court Hotel. Paul was so confident that he'd hired a suite for the night to celebrate. So we ended up at about 5 in the morning in this suite, and in a way it was a kind of an anticlimax. And you know, we were all stunned. We were sitting there, you know, it wasn't, what's after happening? So myself and my wife went off to bed. But the next morning, we came down to a phalanx of cameras and photographers and journalists. And I remember we were outside the hotel, and they were started asking us questions. And, you know, this was all new to us. You know, okay, we'd been on telly and radio and all that kind of stuff, but this thing, you were suddenly almost a national hero, because you'd won for Ireland.
Let's fast forward now 30 years to this year's Eurovision Song Contest, Doomsday Blues by Bambi Thug. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, when I heard the song first, I said, this is exactly what we need to do to win the Eurovision. It's got the visual aspect, it's strange, it's weird, and she has a fantastic screen presence. She had the contact lens in her eyes to make one eye look a different color than the other. She had all the paraphernalia that seems to be what people want in Eurovision this year. Now, a lot of the people, my friends, people have said, no, it's no rock and roll, kids. We won't be sitting around the piano singing that one this year, And yet I said, no, have a listen now. I think this has got a chance. And then last week on last Friday night's Late Late Show, she sang the song in a completely different setting, absolutely completely different setting, and it was equally good in that setting. So I asked somebody in the Late Late, which one is she going to be doing? And seemingly what they said was, we think she's going to go back to the original version. But I liked the acoustic version as well, and the simplicity of it. It was beautifully staged as well. The grand piano with flowers all over it. I think she has a very good chance.
Me too. Best of luck, of course, to Bambi Thug representing Ireland in Eurovision this year. Charlie, it's been great talking to you. Thank you for sharing your memories, and thank you for joining us on the show.
It was an absolute pleasure, and enjoy the Eurovision. I'm sure you'll be watching.
I'll be watching, of course. Thank you, Charlie.
Me too.
So you made me a promise you'd endeavor to keep. Said you'd stay by my side with a love running deep. And you kept to your word, oh so true. We were two hearts together, looking for shelter. Nothing could keep us apart. Nothing could break us. Nothing could bend us. You're the angel of my heart. All of my life sat alone in the dark. Then you came along and ignited the spark that turned all my darkness from night into day. Now we sing and we dance just like children we play. We were two hearts together, looking for shelter. Nothing could keep us apart. Nothing could break us. Nothing could bend us. You're the angel of my heart. We were two hearts together, looking for shelter. We found it in each other's arms. Nothing could break us. Nothing could bend us. Nothing could tear us apart. We were two hearts together, looking for shelter. We found it in each other's arms. Nothing could break us. Nothing could bend us. You're the angel of my heart.
Do you know a mighty woman who has made a significant impact in her community or profession? Share her story today. Nominate now for the Mighty Women Big Lunch 2024, which is taking place at the fabulous Titanic Hotel Belfast on June 23rd. To nominate someone deserving of recognition, simply email mightywomenlunch@gmail.com. Please include your nominee's contact details and explain why she should be part of this incredible event. Let's celebrate women who make a difference. Join us at the Mighty Women Big Lunch.
Here we are on the North Coast, where sporting legends are made. He needs this putt to advance to the next stage, but can he do it? The crowd are holding their breath. Can he cope with the pressure?
Dad, would you take the shot?
Yes!
Yeah.
Well, so there we go, that's brand new music. That's Jommʌc together with Peter Corry and Lauren Doherty in there as well. That's a track called Angel of My Heart. And I'm pleased to say Joe McNally joins us in the studio. How are you, sir?
I'm keeping great, Robin, as ever. Lots going on, lots with music, lots with the show. You know what it's like.
Well, congratulations on the new single, because already it's doing great business, isn't it?
It is indeed, and it hasn't been released yet, and the reaction to it thus far has been absolutely amazing. I was actually up showcasing the video of the song there yesterday up at Parkview Special Needs School in Lisburn, where two of the actors from the actual video went to school. So it was a bit of a celebration for them, you know, to come up and a little bit of appreciation to them as well. I think you need to give a little bit back to people, and they've given their time. And the two kids who were in the video, Kinley and Reese, absolutely loved it. You know, they were brilliant to work with.
Well, let's talk about the video, because it's good to see a good story video again, isn't it?
Yes, that's gone. I mean, I think the last time, we're giving our age away here now, the last real good videos, you know, sorry, used to wait for was the videos in the 80s, you know, the special videos that would come on. There was always a story, there was always something, you're always waiting on something happening, and you know, and that had gone, you know, and I sat down with Luke from LDG Films, who I got in contact with through Michelle McTiernan, to talk about the video and what my vision was for it, and he had the exact same vision as I had, because the song is basically about love. You know, it's about a couple who meet when they're teenagers, they then go into their 20s and 30s, they have a child, and they get married, or, well, not exactly that way around, but you know what I'm saying. And then they go on, they be grandparents, and they grow old together, and then they go to heaven.
Yeah,
and that's what it's about.
Yeah, lovely
That's
stuff. And big names in it. You know, Peter Corry in there, Lauren Doherty, who of course I know from Amberlight with Paul Casey.
Exactly, and the guys are playing Glastonbury this year. Little plug for you guys there. Yep. And how I got to know Lauren was my daughter was at college with Lauren at music college, and I had called her and said, listen, I'm looking at a really nice gentle soprano female vocalist for this song. Can you recommend anybody? She said, Daddy, Lauren Doherty. You've met her? And I went, oh yeah, that was Lauren. It was at the auditions you were at. She says, yes. So I called Lauren, and Lauren was no problem at all. We got her up to the studio, did a couple of run-throughs through the song, and she was absolutely wonderful. And you can hear from the vocals, such an angelic voice, and just absolutely suits the song, tells the story perfectly. So, as you know, I'm a singer-songwriter myself, but this particular song, I felt it wasn't really me. I needed to get someone else to sing that in particular. So I had Peter in mind, because Peter's in a lot of the theatre stuff and all the stuff that he's into regarding music, and I felt he was the perfect guy for this song. Had to do a lot of chasing to get him as he's so busy, but we got him eventually, and we got him recorded. And again, it's just the both of them just absolutely sell the song for me. It's just an absolutely amazing song. I'm very proud of it, and for me, the video and the song they're just a marriage. They really are.
It's officially released at the end of the month.
At the end of May.
Yes,
coming at the end of May. So we're taking it a bit slowly now. We're just building. You know, I think for me, I've been in the music business a long time, and this just rush doesn't work. It's just building up, letting people know who you are, letting them know what you're doing. You're a songwriter, you're a producer, all that kind of thing. And that's what it's about for me. It's just getting my name out there a little bit more, and hopefully start working with a few more artists. And I'm just going to be possibly working with a young female artist who's just had a song out as well, Holly Nadine. Lots of good things going to be happening with her as well. She's actually going out with one of the guys from the Belfast Giants, Jackson. So
right, okay.
Yes, so there you go.
Well,
so
there's
lots going on.
Let's move on to something completely different.
Let's come on to
let's talk
the
about
main thing.
This, which I have to say is something that I look forward to. every year with Action Ability Belfast. Tierna, I'll bring you in as well, because these shows are something very, very special, aren't they?
Oh, they are amazing, and the cast are unbelievable. So they put their heart and soul into it, really.
So I think is it my 5th year
This
doing
is
this
your
show with
5th year.
you guys? Yeah.
5th year.
Wow. So Joe, what's it all about this year? Because you surprise me every year with the stuff you come up
This
with.
year is a 90s theme. You know, we've done the 80s theme. We did a bit of a 70s theme, and we decided this year the 90s theme. So you can imagine, Robin, a lot of the hits from the 90s. You know, we have the Spice Girls. We have music from the various movies that were out at the time. We have music from the Bodyguard. Rave music.
This year.
Oh,
wow.
There'll be plenty of that.
And of course, what always amazes me is the work that you guys and the guys from Action Ability put into this show, because it's nearly a year's worth of work goes into this one show, isn't it?
It is, but what I would have to say to you is that myself and Tierna, we kind of facilitate and we do what we can behind the scenes, and we do everything else. But the guys are the guys that sell this show. They go out, they learn the lines, they take the rollicking from us, you know what I mean? And then they get up there and they do it. And Robin, the whole thing about this is the cast are up there, and they are up there with the biggest names on one of the biggest stages, not in Belfast and not in the UK, in the world. It's renowned. So for people with a disability to go up there, to perform to the best of their abilities is absolutely incredible. And it's one, I have to say, that night is probably, it's like Christmas to me. It's just phenomenal.
And it's like one of the warmest audiences you will ever perform to as well, aren't they? Just amazing, aren't they? Yeah.
It does be a brilliant show.
So the Craic Is 90s. We're on in the Grand Opera House. When, Tierna?
It is the 18th of June, 2024 at 7:30 in the Grand Opera House.
Brilliant. And it just is a fabulous night out. And I would imagine tickets are selling really well already for it.
Tickets are going really, really well, so there's still a few tickets left. So anybody who really wants to get it, they really do need to get them now, because we've had this, actually at last year's show, we've had people phone us up maybe 2-3 weeks before, can you get us tickets? Guys, it's sold out, you know, exactly. And that's what will happen with this one. Anybody that comes to this show can be guaranteed they will not have a night like it.
It is a special night out, and I have to say, he does write me some very good lines as well, doesn't he? Well, Joe and Tierna, thank you so much for joining us, and can't wait for this, the 18th of June at the Grand Opera House. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Robin.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Right, my next guest on the show this evening is a TV and a radio broadcaster. He's also a football expert, but we're not talking football tonight. We're talking pensions instead with Jeff Stelling, who joins us now. Jeff, how are you, sir?
Hi, Robin. Yeah, really good, thanks, mate.
So for once, Jeff, we're not talking football, are we?
We want to talk about something a bit more serious, but something that affects absolutely everybody, and that is pensions. And I know as soon as I say that, people will think, oh, it's not sexy. You know, people will roll their eyes and think, pensions, too complicated. That's something for way, way down the line. But believe you me, it's not. It's something that needs attention now.
Now, we've discovered from the research that men over the age of 45 are most at risk. Tell us why.
Yeah, which surprise, Robin, that includes me. Well, look, the data suggests that since 2019, the Financial Services Compensation Scheme has received 43,000 claims over losses in pensions when authorised financial providers or advisors have gone out of business. 43,000 claims in 5 years. My rudimentary maths tells me that's about 170 claims every single week. And it equates to £2 billion lost from savings. That's a staggering amount. And most of those claims were made, as you rightly say, by men who are over 45. I think it's 95% are being made by men who are over 45. It's a staggering amount of money lost. And when you bear in mind that I think probably from the first day that we set out at work, you know, when we contribute to our pension, we're looking towards the day when eventually that will provide for us in our retirement. It will help us have a lovely retirement, do the sort of things we've always dreamt of doing. But of course, if you lost your pension, if your advisor has gone out of business and it's not FSCS protected, those dreams are in tatters. So we are encouraging people to make sure that their pension is FSCS protected.
And it is scary, some of the things that can happen if you do lose out. I mean, you could end up with a lower quality of life. You could end up having to sell your own home, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could. And of course, you know, with the age that you're liable to be affected at, then there's no way of compensating for that, really, because, you know, you might be, as in my case, you know, in your 60s, there's no way of replenishing that pension pot. However, you know, you can protect yourself. You can, and it's straightforward to protect yourself. We're advising people to go to the FSCS website, which is simply fscs.org.uk, and take a look at their pension protector checker. And that will tell you whether your financial advisor, your financial provider, whether or not they are guaranteed or rather protected by the FSCS. If they're on their list, they're protected by the FSCS, then the FSCS will compensate you up to £85,000. Now that's quite a sort of comfort, isn't it? If they're not on that list, then, you know, you need to do something about it. So it's a simple piece of homework, really. You know, you want to be informed, and this is the first step to making sure you are informed. Just go to that FSCS pension protection checker and make sure your financial advisor or provider is on their approved list, if you like.
Now, you mentioned at the start of the interview that this could happen to anybody. I mean, you've seen it happen to top footballers.
No, yeah, I mean, footballers who earn tens of thousands of pounds a week in their heyday, you know, have found themselves in a situation where now they're struggling to make ends meet. They're struggling to pay their rent on their home. They're not enjoying the sort of retirement they'd anticipated at all. But it's not just footballers who earn fancy amounts of money. It's people who've worked every single day of their lives to try and ensure that in the golden era of their life, if you like, then, you know, they have sufficient funds to enjoy their remaining years. So it's really important that they do this. And I'll tell you what, Robin, the thing is, it is so simple, it is so straightforward, and it is so quick. It's free as well to use this pension protection checker. There's no reason why people shouldn't do it. I'll tell you what, if you're watching a football match, you know, live on TV, do it at halftime, because you'll be able to do it at halftime, but you still have time to watch the analysis as well. It is that easy and that quick and that simple. But it could help enhance your life and reassure you to such a degree that it's so important to do.
And have you got any plans for retirement? Are you planning to carry on forever?
I'm hoping I'm going to carry on for a little while, Robin. Maybe not forever, but for a little while. I mean, I'm busier than ever at the moment, which is great. I never intended to retire when I left Sky. TalkSport thankfully came in immediately and offered me a job. I've got lots of other things on as well. So, you know, whilst people want to listen to me or watch me, then I want to carry on. But of course, the day will come, you know, sooner rather than later when, I will be retiring. And I'm just hoping that, I'm not hoping, I know that my pension is in good shape because I've used the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. So I'm reassured by that.
You're also up and down the country with your live shows. They seem like a lot of fun to do.
Well, it's been fantastic. That's with Bianca Westwood, and we've just finished 29 theatre shows on the first run. And it was wonderful. We were fantastically received, sold out pretty much everywhere. We're going to do it all again in October and November. And then we're going to do it all again in February and March of last year, when we will be coming to Northern Ireland as well. So looking forward to that.
Well, we look forward to seeing you back here. And of course, you've been here many times before, haven't you?
Oh, many times before. And it's always good fun. You know, it's always good fun. You know, my head doesn't always feel it's good fun the following day, but we've always had a great time. And I'm sure we will when we come over next year as well.
And do you ever have a day without football in your life?
Not too often. But there are some days because got a family, and my wife and daughter, my two boys are football fanatics, but my wife and daughter are not.
Yeah.
So with my wife and daughter, then sometimes there can be a bit of a debate about whether it's Married at First Sight Australia or the championship game that night, and sometimes I have to give best to them, and I don't enjoy Married at First Sight Australia, by the way, but sometimes I've got to watch it.
And if you were asked, would you ever appear on one of those reality TV shows?
Yeah, depending on what it was. Depending on what it was. I've been asked to do a couple in the past. I've been asked, it's not reality, but Strictly Come Dancing a couple of times. But, I've got 2 left feet, and I don't want to be the old bloke who gets the sympathy vote. So not that. But one or two others. There's one on TV at the moment, Race Across the World. I like that a lot. So I'll be whispering in the ears of the producers there. But at the moment, I've got so much on my plate. I'm just happy with what I'm doing, to be honest, Robin.
Well, Jeff, coming back to the pensions, if people want any information on anything we've talked about, where can they go to for that?
Yeah, go to fscs.org.uk and look for the pension protection checker. You will find it's really worthwhile.
Well, Jeff, we look forward to seeing you back here in Northern Ireland. It's been lovely talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thanks, Robin. You too.
So there we go. Really good to talk to Jeff Stelling. Still to come, we're heading to Titanic Belfast for the Family's First Primary School Awards. We'll bring you all the excitement right after these.
Let the good times roll at Super Strikes at the Jet Centre. You can now book your lane online. We've got 14 bowling lanes and 4 mini bowling lanes. Plus we serve delicious hot food and snacks, or enjoy a cold beverage with your food after the game. Discover bowling today at the Jet Centre. Jet Centre, entertainment for everyone.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Titanic Belfast for this year's Family's First NI Primary School Awards. It's going to be one massive night of awards. It's going to be a big celebration night as well. And of course, I'm going to be meeting some fabulous principals of some fabulous primary schools as well. Look who's here. Starting the show off tonight, Mr. James Shewish, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't heard him sing in a long time. Still has it. Still one of the best entertainers in Ireland. Right, I'm going to talk to some people. I'm going to talk now. Tell me, hello, I'm good. How are you tonight?
I'm fantastic tonight, thank God.
Tell me this, are you a principal?
I am actually a principal.
They never had principals who looked this good in my day. You look way too young to be a principal of a school.
I'm a principal, and their principal is Oliver Plunkett now for nearly 3 years.
Wow, okay, so tell me all about your school then.
Our school we have 212 children. We rely very heavily on the wider community. We have fantastic parents, phenomenal children, an exceptional board of governors who we rely very heavily on also. But we have a staff who help me to make sure that the provision is in place on a daily basis.
And I suppose that's the most important thing, is having good staff that you can rely on.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. Look, I came 3 years ago with a new vision, new ideas and stuff to test and trial and all the rest of it. But I am very lucky because they all came on board and they made sure that we were able to, live the journey together. And we are where we are now, which is fantastic for that reason. Because the children are benefiting from it.
Yeah, so it's going to be a big night tonight. How many awards are you nominated for then?
We are actually nominated for 3, which we're very grateful for. Even to be nominated is something in itself. it's massive for the staff of our school, the parents and the children, the wider community and the Board of Governors. So if we don't get anything, we're still very happy.
All right, well, you are going to party all night, aren't you?
I would imagine so.
Enjoy your evening.
Thank you very much.
Well, here's a lady who seems to have brought her own fan club with her tonight. What's all this about then?
Oh, the staff at our school are not very kind to me at the minute. They have been having posters, banners, assemblies, everything. So my face is everywhere around our school and on tour with us tonight.
Brilliant. So you're Mrs. Walsh then. What's the school then that you're from?
It's St Mary's Courtnahy outside Dungiven in County Derry.
Right, okay. So what makes your school so wonderful then? Tell me all about it.
Well, just the staff are absolutely amazing. We have such a good support network with the governors and the children, and just it's a real homely atmosphere. Small school, but we do everything.
Brilliant, okay. So how many awards are you up for tonight then?
2. I'm up myself for Teacher of the Year, and the school's up for School of the Year.
Okay, let's talk to this lady beside you here. What makes Mrs. Walsh so special then?
Oh, everything about her is just amazing. She is one of a kind, honestly. It's the best teacher ever. Yeah, honestly, best teacher ever.
So she's definitely winning this tonight then, is she?
100% she's winning it tonight.
So if she does win, are you going to be partying all night long then?
Oh, of course, all next week and everything in school.
I have to say, you're looking very sparkly tonight as well. Tell us about the dress. Where did it come from?
Oh, just online, an online shop. I ordered that many for tonight. I'm not sure which one I went for at the end of So, and it's nice to see the sun, so it does come out and sparkle.
So what about an event like this? What does it mean to your industry then?
It just recognises industry. This is the first time that our school has been nominated for any type of award like this, and it just raises the profile and recognition and gets our name out there. So,
all right, well, enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So let's meet a man now all the way from Limavady. Tell us why you're here tonight. What are you nominated for?
We're in 2 categories. We're in for the best school in the county, and I'm in for best principal.
Okay, so what makes a good school principal, in your opinion, then?
I think it's always about the kids. And you have to do what's best for the children in the school, and everything else is secondary to that. But it's as simple as that, I think.
Really? Now, as well as everybody's been so positive tonight, and you can tell how much everybody enjoys working in the industry as well, but it must come with its challenges as well.
Yeah, as you can see, like I'm only 21, you know, it's a stressful job, but I love my job, and everybody has, no matter what job you do nowadays, it's a stressful job. It would be better if we were paid better and there was more funding for education. But we're very lucky to be in the job that we're in, and we're also very lucky through this year. We get to hear some of the things that the parents are saying about us, and it's good, you know. I might even stay in the teaching for another 30 years, you know, until I'm 51.
So many years have you been teaching for then?
Is this still rolling? This is my 35th year.
Wow.
Yeah, I started teaching when I was 3.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, the best of luck with the awards tonight. If you win, it's going to be a big party night then tonight.
Well, I'm a non-drinker, so I might buy myself a bar of Golden Crisp. I love a bit of chocolate, you know. That's as mad as I get, you know.
Enjoy your evening. Okay, we got our first winner of the night here at the Family's First NI Primary School Awards. Who are you? What have you won?
We have won the Eco School Award for this tonight, so it's Acorn Integrated Primary in Carrick Fergus.
Brilliant, okay. So what do you have to do then to win an Eco Award then?
I have absolutely no idea. We've done an awful lot. We have a whole greenhouse village in the school. We've been building a vegetable garden. We have done an awful lot this year, and the kids have been planting absolutely everything from carrots to fruit trees. Wow. We've done lots.
Sounds amazing. What about the night out there on the floor? What's the atmosphere like out there?
It's absolutely fantastic. It's just, I'm a wee bit overwhelmed, to tell you the truth. I'm not used to this sort of thing. I'm a quiet in the background person.
Yeah. All right, well, you're a winner tonight. Congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you so much.
Thank
All
you.
right, bye.
We met earlier, didn't we?
We did indeed.
And you've won again, haven't you?
Yes, we've won the WOW Award, St Mary's Primary School Cabra.
Obviously, you're very happy about this.
We are so delighted about this. St Mary's Cabra is the best school in the country, the best staff.
Right, earlier on this week, I headed up to Macrofelt Primary School to meet a very special lady who's been working there for 39 years. Here's what happened when I caught up with Jacqueline Fleming.
We have been humbled and privileged to be nominated for 6 awards for various roles within our school at Family's First NI Finals. With one particular award that we're very excited about for a very special member of staff. Mrs. Fleming has been here for a lifetime. She's been here for 39 years and she has served many families in Macrofelt in our town, and she is a very pastoral, very compassionate, very professional lady who is simply the biggest ambassador for our school. She is very popular, the children love her. You'll see with her interactions with them just how much she knows them, how much she cares about them, and how much of a difference that she genuinely makes in their wee lives.
I've been here nearly 39 years. I'm the oldest here, and I'm the longest here. Some of the teachers, I've had them at school, some of the supervisors, classroom assistants, cook, everybody. I've nearly had them at school here. I just love the children. And I love when I meet them in years to come when they're growing up and they're coming saying, "Do you remember me, Mrs. Fleming?" And I do. You know, I just love the school.
The school simply wouldn't be the same without her, and it's a privilege to have her here. And again, just a huge thank you from all of her friends, all of her colleagues, present and past, who've had the privilege of working with her.
Well, we've just seen the video. We met her last week, and here she is, a winner tonight, Jacqueline. How are you feeling?
Overwhelmed. Can't believe it. It's just amazing.
But it must be great when you were reading through the comments to see what people really think about you.
Very tearful. Very tearful, yeah.
And what about the night itself tonight? How's it been?
It's been a lovely night, yes. Yeah.
Brilliant.
But this is for the children, not me. It's for the children.
Do you know what I love? When I was watching back the video there was a kid at the end of the line who was twerking. Did you notice that? And I only noticed it when I watched the video on the screen there.
Taught them that.
Did you teach them that? So there you go. Right, let's talk to the principal then. Ian, what about our Jacqueline, a winner tonight then?
So proud of her. So well deserved. She's an absolute ambassador for our school, and we're just so proud of her tonight.
Brilliant. So is it going to be one big party now for the rest of the night?
I would imagine so, yep.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your night. And Jacqueline, congratulations to you once again.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We've just found the overall best teacher in Northern Ireland. Who are you and what school are you from?
I'm Lindsay Patton from Blythefield Primary School, which is a school in Sandy Row.
Wow, so how does it feel then to get the big one tonight?
Absolutely amazing, so shocked, and even more special to know that I've been voted from people in our community, which makes it even more special. So pleased to take this home to Blythefield for all the pupils, past and present.
We've just found the best school in Northern Ireland, have we, Anne-Marie? They're noisy. How much have you had to drink tonight?
Not very much. No, not very much. We deserve this award so much because we are the best school. We're a small school, but we're the heart of the community, and we do so much for everyone in our school. We're an amazing team. So thank you to everyone tonight. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm glad you are, but you better tell us what school you're from.
We're from St Matthew's Primary School, Drumster in Limavady.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So what makes you then the best school in Northern Ireland?
because we're the heart of the community. We do so much. We strive to make every child the best that they possibly can be. So we're amazing.
Well, Ian, I would imagine you're very shocked and surprised.
I'm absolutely stunned. I was not expecting that at all. You could blow me over with a feather right now, honestly. Yeah.
So what does this mean to you? What does this mean to Macrofeld Primary School?
This is a massive thing for our school. This is not, I don't take this award for me personally. This is for all of our amazing hardworking staff and all our amazing children. This means an awful lot to us, and I'm just very proud of our school tonight.
And in your opinion then, what does it take to be a good school principal then?
That's the million-dollar question. I would say it takes genuinely caring for the people in your care, looking after everyone, and I suppose having a focus not just on the academic stuff, but on how everybody is actually doing in school, and that's what we're all about in school.
And I came up for a visit the other day, and the minute you walk through those doors of the school, you can tell it's a genuinely happy place.
Yeah, we're a happy school. Our motto is learn, enjoy, aspire. And that's what we want to do every day. We want our children to learn. We want everybody to enjoy coming to school, whether that's the teaching staff, the children, the postman who comes in to deliver the mail, somebody coming in to do some video work. We want everybody to enjoy their time with us. And we want our school to be aspirational, that we can genuinely make something of ourselves, of our school, and of our lives. That's the goal.
Brilliant. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. So there we go, all the winners from this year's Families First NI Primary School Awards. That's all we have time for on the show this week. I'll see you back here same time next week. Bye-bye.